We are officially halfway through the year of 2025, so I'm going to give you my top 10 favorite movies of this year thus far, and then I'm going to give you my top 10 most anticipated movies for the next half of this year. Now, some of these movies have already been released in certain film festivals, but I haven't seen them and they haven't been widely released. So I'm going to include those in my most anticipated list. All right, so this is my top 10 of the year so far. Number 10, we got Friendship. That's the Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd movie. My dad is a huge fan of I Think You Should Leave, loves that show. He actually introduced me to Tim Robinson. I think this movie is very funny. I think it's very ridiculous, very over the top, but that's part of its charm. Not all the jokes land, but I had a pretty fun time with it and I'd watch it again. Number 9, we got Mickey 17. I didn't think it was as mediocre as other people. I really liked it. I really liked the satire. I think Robert Pattinson gives one of his best performances. And although it's not like to the level of Parasite, I think it's a very fun time that people just don't give as much credit towards because it's Bong Joon-ho and he's made better. But Mickey 17 is a fun time. I don't think it's as mediocre as people think it is. It's just lesser compared to Parasite or Memories of Murder. Then we got number 8, which is a bit of an embarrassing one, a Minecraft movie. Let me explain. um, I saw this in a really packed theater. Everyone was very excited to watch it. I was excited to quote it and yell at the screen, and it gave you everything you wanted and more. It gave you as much ridiculousness as you wanted and so much more ridiculous nonsense in that I just had a fun time with. But we haven't had a crazy ton of movies released this year, so I just have it there at number 8 because I found it fun. Then we got Thunderbolts at number 7. Way better compared to a lot of the Marvel slop that we've been getting recently. Although I think it is much more elevated than the other Marvel movies we've gotten in the past couple of years. I think people need to calm down a bit with how good it is. Like, just because they have themes of any sort doesn't mean it's like the best executed. I think they could have leaned more in towards the mental health aspect of it, but they touched upon it and it is a pretty big portion of the movie, but it didn't feel like they fleshed it out as much as they could. But it's much better compared to a lot of the movies that we've gotten from them. Then we got Companion at number 6. This was a very pleasant January surprise. You see a lot of studios just dump whatever movie in January and it's usually bad, but Companion was really good and it will probably still be in that top 10 by the end of the year. Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid are great in this. Everyone provides some comedic value and is really good in the movie, and I think it's a well done satire that blew all expectations out of the water. So I can see myself watching this in the future and enjoying it maybe even more. It was surprisingly funny. I wasn't expecting it to make me laugh as much as it did, but very good first month surprise. Then we got Eddington at number 5. I think this movie is very well written. I was surprised how much it deviated from COVID and started talking about other things that happened during the pandemic, but I really liked it. I liked that it branched out from your expectations. I really like Joaquin Phoenix in the movie. He gives another great performance as usual. I feel like there's so much to analyze in this. Like, there were so many times where I was seeing something in the background or like on Joaquin Phoenix's car that I was like, that's a clever joke. So I wonder how much more satire I would be able to pick up on a second watch. I think it's very, very well done. Another great movie from Ari Aster. I didn't like it quite as much as Beau's Afraid and Midsummer, but that could easily change on a rewatch. Then we got 28 Years Later at number 4. Above all else, the location in this is almost iconic in a way. I feel like that water bridge is such a great location that holds so many tense scenes that I think people will look back at that in the future and just really appreciate the creativity that was put on that. All the zombies have really unique designs. They have like some of these slow zombies. It really shows that they wanted to do something different with this and really give a size and scope of the world. It really showed that they were putting an effort for the zombies, and the lore for everything. And I really appreciated what they did with this. I was really surprised to see Aaron Taylor Johnson is barely in the movie. If anything, the mother is in it way longer, and she's really good in the movie. The action is really well done. even the whatever the hell that ending was, but everything leading up to that was great. I think it's a very well done movie, and I think it's going to become somewhat of a classic in the future. Then we got Warfare at number 3. Warfare is really good at building tension when nothing is happening. At the very beginning, I heard some people were saying it's slow, it's this and that, but I was on the edge of my seat just interested in the lives of these soldiers. There's a very similar movie called Elephant where they show the day before a school shooting, and nothing really crazy happens up until that shooting scene, but you're just on the edge of your seat because you're thinking about the tragedy of seeing these characters who have lives, who have other people that are important to them or that they're connected to, and just having to watch them die. And just seeing them as human beings is really what makes it so gut-wrenching, what makes it so tension-inducing, and what makes you care for the whole runtime rather than, getting bored that nothing's happening. It constantly just makes you feel awful about the situation that's going to unveil. And that's really what I appreciate the most about Warfare. Then we got Superman at number 2. James Gunn nailed it, as always. It's not one of my favorite James Gunn movies, but I think it's a very good one. I think he did a great job, and I'm very excited to see the future of the DC universe. Then we got Sinners at number 1. That I Lied to You scene is going to be iconic. People are going to reference it all the time. It's a great movie. Michael B. Jordan honestly should get an Oscar for it. I really hope it wins Best Picture, but we'll have to see what happens for the rest of the year. All right, now we're at the top 10 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. I'm going to give some honorable mentions first. We got the new Christopher Borgli movie, The Drama. I really loved Dream Scenario, so I'm hoping that this is just as good. Sentimental Value, this played at Cannes, did really well. I'm excited to see it. Rental Family, I'm hearing a lot of buzz about this. I'm really hoping Brendan Fraser's good. Nouvelle Vague, or Vogue, however you pronounce it. This is a movie about Jean-Luc Godard during the French New Wave, so I'm very excited to see how Richard Linklater depicts him and depicts this era. Then we got the Jafar Panahi movie, A Simple Accident, or It Was Just an Accident. This is the Palme d'Or winner. I'm very excited to see it, and hopefully I can see it soon. Alright, so at number 10 is Begonia. This is the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Although it does look very contemporary, I'm very excited to see what he does about it. It seems to be about an alien, so I'm wondering how that's going to work with such a grounded looking movie, but I'm very interested. Yorgos Lanthimos hasn't missed for me yet, so I'm looking forward to it. Number 9, we got The Smashing Machine. I'm really hoping that Dwayne Johnson provides a really good performance. I'm really hoping that's good. The trailer looks amazing. The makeup looks fantastic. I'm really excited to see it. Then we got Die My Love. I've heard Jennifer Lawrence is amazing in this. I've heard Robert Pattinson is great in it. I'm really excited to see it. Then we got After the Hunt at number 7. This is the new Luca Guadagnino movie. I read the script. I think it's great. I'm really interested to see how Julia Roberts and Andrew Garfield bring those characters specifically to life. I think those characters look really interesting on paper, and I'm interested in seeing how Luca sort of interprets that. I saw the trailer and it looks way darker than I envisioned, so we'll see what he does with that. Then we got Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Now, this was on my radar, but I had no desire to watch it until I saw the trailer. I think the trailer looks amazing. I think it looks very bright, lively, and I've heard Jennifer Lopez provides a great performance, so I'm really looking forward to see this. I believe it's releasing widely in October, so I'm really hoping to see it then. Then we got Tron Ares at number 5. For all I know, this could be awful, terrible movie. Jared Leto has not failed to crash and burn in every single franchise he's been in, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did that with Tron as well. I'm really hoping it's good. The visuals look amazing as always. I'm really hoping the score is good. Either way, I think I'm going to get some great action, some great visuals, and a fun time. Then we got the new Noah Baumbach movie, Jake Kelly. I've heard Adam Sandler is great in it. Hopefully, Adam Sandler can get his first Oscar nom and maybe even win. That would be incredible, but that's hoping for the best. I believe it's probably going to go to Stellan Skarsgård, but we'll have to see. Then we got Weapons at number 3. The marketing has been insane. I've seen it everywhere online. I was surprised to see Josh Brolin in the trailer. I wonder how prominent he is in the movie. It just looks like a really interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to what they do with it. Then we got the new PTA movie at number 2, One Battle After Another. Of course, Paul Thomas Anderson hasn't failed. I don't know if this is going to get recognition at the Oscars. I think it's going to be too divisive, but I've liked everything he's done so far, so top of my list. Then we got The Long Walk at number one, which might be surprising for some, but the trailer just looks incredible. And I really loved Cooper Hoffman in Licorice Pizza, but I love the concept. It has that sort of post apocalyptic vibe to it that I really like, that takes you back to Hunger Games. I think that director was a very good choice for directing this. It just looks like a really good thriller that I'm excited to see. Thank you for watching my top 10 most anticipated and top 10 favorite movies of this first half of 2025. I want to give a huge thanks to Joel Haver for including my profile in his video. I was so surprised when I opened my Letterboxd and saw Joel Haver followed me. I was like, I know I've been watching this guy's videos for years. I'm really glad that you gave The Majestic a shot. I know it was a bit of a long one, but I really enjoy it, and I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and look forward to new videos soon.